Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Qualbert Plays Woah Dave, a new game from the creators of the Bit.Trip series and of course one of my very favourite games of all time, Bit.Trip Runner 2, Future Legend of Rhythm Alien. It's a bit of a mouthful. If you haven't played that game, you should definitely go check it out. And if you own a PS4, you should definitely check out Woah Dave. It's a very simple yet hard to master sort of action platformer, as you can see. Seems to harken back to the old days of platforming where everything was on one screen and everything was very fast and hectic. This is very reminiscent of the original Super Mario Bros. Arcade game and can actually be played with two players, much like that game, in a very similar style. So as you can see, I'm walking around with this Woah block. Yeah, it's a blatant rip-off of the power block and does the exact same thing, but I really like it. I like that it says Woah and not power. It's different and they probably can't get sued because of that. And when you throw it, that happens. All the enemies on screen die and you are left with heaps of coins. It's a bit of a risk and reward scheme actually. The longer you leave enemies, the more difficult they get. They progress from little green guys to orange guys that run quickly to blue guys that are able to jump from platforms, and then into sort of these weird demon eye things that sort of follow you. And each tier of enemies will drop an extra coin. So the longer they're around, the more you'll get from them. So essentially what I'm doing here is I'm just waiting for the enemies. You'll see these little green guys, they drop off into the lava and upgrade. And the more of them on screen, really the better when you're using the Woah block. It's a very similar sort of concept to a fair few arcade games in the past, but I feel like Woah Dave brings it back and sort of polishes the genre a lot. This game controls very well, and with its sort of super simplistic sort of pixel art style, it actually looks pretty good on the PS4. I mean, this isn't exactly the kind of game you expect to be seeing on all these current gen consoles that are essentially powerful PCs in little boxes. But I feel like Woah Dave is a nice breath of fresh air. There's not an awful lot to this game. It is one of those games where you'll be chasing high scores and playing the same levels over and over in order to beat yourself or your friends. It does have a two-player mode that allows you to compete with a friend, and it also has Woah Dave Deluxe mode, which is basically just the same game but with variations of stages. I suppose for people out there that are sort of completionists, this game would offer a fair bit of gameplay in terms of getting all the trophies and platinuming the game. I don't exactly plan to do that, I'm just playing it for fun. And I feel like the Bit.Trip devs, Choice Provisions, as they're named when they made this game, have had a lot of fun in doing this. I don't know, it just seems like a very light-hearted game. And very simple, but sort of enjoyable at the same time. And the first challenge of the game is getting to $1.50. As you can see, each coin I pick up gives me 1 cent. And $1.50 will unlock Brutal mode, which is the next difficulty. I'm currently playing on normal, and even the game claims that normal isn't exactly normal. It can get quite hard. As we'll see in a couple minutes, things get very hectic. Here's our first alien. Basically, they pop up and just destroy platforms. And when that happens, it's not good because you'll have these little eggs, and the eggs will fall closer to the lava and the enemies will be able to turn into stronger enemies very quickly. I suppose it's alright if you've got a Woah block. I mean, I was pretty lucky then, but if you don't have a Woah block, you're done. You are absolutely done. So watch out for them aliens. This actually released today for the PS4, but has been on the Vita, I believe, for quite some time. One of my friends who runs a YouTube game channel called Windy Corner TV did a little mini review on it, which, if you're interested in it, you should go check it out. He explains some of the very good points about this game, and the simplicity yet how enjoyable this game can be. So here's our second alien, being a scumbag. I got to him very quickly, and luckily, another woe block. I feel like they should have some sort of Mario cameo in this game. Or maybe if you get to play as Waluigi. I mean, everyone loves Waluigi. Why isn't there a Super Waluigi Bros? Oh, here's my little tactic. I just chuck all the eggs in one corner. It seems to work pretty well. And here we go. This is progressing towards the near impossible sections of the level where you just start getting invaded by aliens. There's really not an awful lot you can do when this happens. You have to be very quick with your eggs and the skulls as little projectiles in order to stop them. And when that happens, well, you're pretty much done for. So there we go. That was Qualbert plays Woah Dave, a very fun little game that you should definitely check out if you have a Vita or a PS4. Anyways, thanks for watching, and go Woah Dave!